It's the NFL on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Atlanta Falcons, and it's all up next.
First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Atlanta Falcons. And a welcome in, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
The veteran punter Bradley Pinion has this one teed up, and we are underway from Atlanta. Taking it at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Pittsburgh's offense making its way out, and we get a look at the player drafted to succeed Ben Roethlisberger as the franchise's quarterback. Knows a lot about the city. He's a rookie out of Pitt, Kenny Pickett.
And when you watch Kenny Pickett play, you see a young man who got better every season in college and really blossomed in his final campaign. Took his game to a new level and made him a first-round pick in the NFL. He's the type of kid who can beat you with his mind, beat you with his arm, and occasionally with his legs. A tough, skilled performer. Kenny Pickett, he's got some moxie to him.
Right off the bat, here's Pickett to throw it. Pass complete, George Pickens with it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Play of game, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still 1st and 10.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Harris running straight ahead. Nifty move. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. They get the penalty yardage back plus a yard. 6-yard gain and in 2nd and 9.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd and 9, Pickett. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I'm going to see this offense try to spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to throw, Pickett. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is the key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On fourth down, here's Presley Harvin on the punt. Avery Williams deep for Atlanta. Going to be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And it will be Falcon football. Well, the Falcons now get to stretch their wings on offense here, and at quarterback for them is a former second overall pick who spent 4 seasons as a starter in Tennessee, Marcus Mariota.
Coming out of Oregon as Heisman Trophy winner, we thought that this guy was headed towards superstardom, and while he didn't quite reach those heights, he did have some flashes along the way. And right now, his athleticism continues to keep him in the league. Still has a good arm, mobile, a great guy to have in a locker room. He can win if given an opportunity.
First and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota at their own 17-yard line. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and he gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
From the 22, Mariota got his man complete over the middle. It's Bird. Just a gain of a couple there. And now we've got a third down and 3.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
They go play action. Mariota. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And he is going to have the Falcons first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Well, that's how you use your safety valve, CD. He didn't appear to be the intended target, but they got it to him, and he was able to get just enough to pick up the first.
And what a great example of where we are right now in the NFL, because if you're a running back, you're not just going to carry it. You got to catch it out of the backfield as well. Those combo guys, they're the ones everyone wants on their team.
First and 10, it's Patterson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. It was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On second down, a run with Patterson. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going, move the football.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now Mariota. Got a man. It's Patterson complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Well, it seems pretty clear on this opening drive that they want to get him involved, not only Charles in the run game, but in the pass game as well. And he can be such a weapon for them when they utilize him this way.
And partner, you know I'm a veteran, right? In other words, that means a little bit older. Back in my day, we used to call a guy like this a workhorse, except he carried the ball all the time. Now they get it to him a variety of ways, but you're right, they want to run their offense through him.
Patterson running between the tackles. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Once more, they turn to Patterson. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Really a solid start here in the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game. Like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. 20! And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
Everything that happened before that fumble was great. Good vision, navigated the open field, got good chunk yardage. At that point, if you see a defender coming, though, just step out of bounds. Don't risk all you picked up before the hit to just try and get an extra yard or two.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had punted away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Following the fumble recovery. Pickett. And his throw here's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Pickett. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They should have gotten more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost him touching yardage there.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
Here's Presley Harvin now. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in a regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Montradius Adams in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Second down, Mariota. And he'll complete this one, Patterson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Mariota. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. T.J. Watt, the All-Pro, in there to take him down. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
It's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep, Gunnar Olszewski. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard. I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw, Pickett. Escaping the press, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Disrupting that play and dropping him was Arnold Ebiketie.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the scrambler or the dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack. Back to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. First and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota at their 36-yard line. Throwing, Mariota. And that one going to come up short, low throw.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Mariota. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at 3rd and 8 coming up.
Offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Mariota being chased out left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling it. His receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
The Steelers ready for their next possession. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. On the delay, here's Harris. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on 1st down carry.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he's got some space here. He's brought down the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more there.
And they get to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. 1st and 10, here's Pickett. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Have the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline. We let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They hand this off to Harris, and they'll get him down right around the 16. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion and a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They look to put those nickel sub packages, I think.
We're scoreless after 1. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. And the Steelers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Pickett will look to throw it here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So on 4th down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And his kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and they come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Atlanta regains possession of the football. It's still early in this one, Charles. The last time this offense was out there, they threw the first interception of the ballgame, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One last thing this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's 1 interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Mariota. Another completion right back to Patterson. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. To throw, Mariota. Over the middle, complete. It's Bird. And he is going to have the Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Mariota. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hand. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Down inside the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Off the play fake, here's Pickett. Got an open man, it's Pickens. And they're going to get this down here to the 35-yard line.
I was laughing. People say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher. Guys trying to get to the football.
Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And he will have a Steelers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. To the air on first down with Pickett. Letting one go deep for the end zone. For the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Well, the first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
Mike Tomlin has reached for that red challenge flag, and he'll throw it out there.
Previous play is under review.
They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds. Obviously, a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So Mike Tomlin correcting his assessment to throw the flag there. Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Makes the score Steelers 10, Falcons nothing.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. Taken in at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. Sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Now Patterson start the drive.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
That's right. All right, who's got the man to step up? They can't beat us straight up. Come on now. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. That's what it is. That's what it is, man. We game time. Let's be smart. Let's go. Let's step up. Come on, let's get something right. Give us that ball.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Mariota. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far, brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
The offense on 3rd down, they converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 11. Now Mariota. That'll be cut downfield by Bird. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Mariota to throw it. That's to the speedster, Olamide Zaccheaus.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And this has been a nice edge to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished a tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Mariota. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Mariota now. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown. The multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Double touching. Offense.
Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
And it looks like you've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Again, it's Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes a house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Algier will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You
had three tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop it.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was Tyler Algier capping things off with a touchdown. With the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back on the field. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best team, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. If it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down, this is Harris. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 51 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And here's another carry for Harris. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Able to slither by. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a 1st down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now a give, running left is Harris. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
There we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. He's got this to Pickens. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. And Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down in the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. On the give, this is Harris. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
They got to get kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third manageable with that run.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Pickett. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You got to find your tight end in that situation.
Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. They'll try and run with Harris. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you probably go and play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll try to run with Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And they're able to add on to their advantage. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's good to make it 17-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Mariota now to throw on 1st down. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. Now Falcons going to use one of their timeouts.
as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Mariota. And complete to Drake London. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Mariota again. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there.
That's a great job working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Mariota. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This a 43-yard attempt.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And they're back within a touchdown, 17-10. So yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Take it in at the 3.
Oh, now how about this return?
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Final play of the first half. Here's Pickett.
Looking sideline, incomplete. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, let's take a look at the next-gen stats from the first half for the Steelers. And they've had some success on the ground. And with the lead going into the second half, they'll no doubt be looking to keep it going. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own or regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
1st and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota at the 20. Mariota. Throw caught here by Bird. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at 28.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys that we're watching here, they're just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed. They catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Straight ahead, Patterson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Running lanes with a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Mariota. That's complete to his tight end, Ferkser. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A very nice pickup for 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch that fired out. That's a big game. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing, Mariota. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice game there. This one goes for 20.
Not quite enough to get into the end zone, but what a nice play there. He makes the catch, tries to turn upfield and get to the pylon, but doesn't quite get there. But they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal from very short range.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Patterson. Touchdown, Falcons. Well, finishes off the drive of the touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch touch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Coup for the extra point.
And he gets it going. We're all even, 17 apiece. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
And Sims says, let's bring it out to 25.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs.
At their own 25-yard line.
Harris will start the drive out.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, it's tough for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it.
And this one is incomplete.
You just know when that play came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Pickett back to throw. Setting up the screen, Harris.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
51 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense, makes sense, right? 5 defensive backs. But then you go 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
Double
dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
And we saw that advantage right there. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 31.
On 1st down, going back to Patterson.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that there's a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run got a couple here, 2nd and 8. To throw is Mariota. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. Gets around him. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll run with Patterson. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look coming from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? To throw Mariota. The kidder here, it's complete. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what we call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then it can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons have scored again in this 3rd quarter. This time to move out in front. And I guess that's where you turn on 4th and goal to your muscle back there. Handing the football, he does the dirty work.
I think you're asking a lot of your defense there, right? Having to make the stand, have to prepare for just about any type of play to be called, and then here comes the power right at you. On that play, the big man got into the end zone.
Coup now for the point after. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that group takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, That leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yards, and again, that second score here in the third quarter.
Pickett leads his Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs.
At their own 27.
Pickett now on first down.
It's brought in by Harris. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Brian, we can see that play developing. They were hoping that he was going to be able to move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
2nd and 11 now. Back to throw, Pickett. Fighting Harris on back-to-back plays.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Trying with Pickett here on third down.
It gets it complete to Harris.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Pickett right back to the air again.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but it'll be second down.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on 2nd and 10. Pickett will look to throw it here.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs. In this case, the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay inbounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Running, you see the grass on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Steelers send out their runner now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So out come the Falcons now.
And the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Beginning on the ground with Patterson.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 9.
He's got a man. It's Mercer, the tight end. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Patterson running between the tackles. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, Mariota. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Critical play in this football game is if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
It has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. The field position game often so overlooked, but this offense is going to be backed up deep. What an ideal punt.
And now, this stage of the game, when they need the drive to try and put themselves in a position to win it, you talk about going the long field, the very long field. This could be a 99-yard drive if they're able to accomplish it.
Harris starts the drive on the ground. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 105 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Anyone who watched Najee Harris at Alabama knows the kind of strength that this guy runs with, and he's continuing on that path here at the next level.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Pickett to throw on first down. His throw incomplete. Pat Freiermuth, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Harris running straight ahead. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now, getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through another one here and have them staring at a 3rd long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Pickett steps away to his left. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shoulder hold and elbow yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear of risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him to completion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Pickett. He finds his man complete. That's Harris. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Steelers send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. First and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota at their own 18. Mariota now. He's going to float this one deep right side, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mariota, and that is incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here, or just drop everyone in coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mariota to throw it. Forced out to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with this 4th down call.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. Olszewski now to return. And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Buried on multiple defenders on the drive's first play. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. From the gun, here's Pickett. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Nick Kwiatkowski picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack.
They'll set up to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
The Steelers send out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Now Patterson to start the drive.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Devin Bush driving in and picking up the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. You hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs.
At their 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with Harris. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he's having a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time to make sure you get in shape.
And they get him down, but not before it takes it across the 40-yard line.
136 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now here's another carry for Harris. Oh, nice move. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one 28 yards on the ground.
I think they like this drive a little bit better, their partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on rips like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Play of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 2nd down.
Looking to throw, Pickett. Quick completion here to Johnson. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. That one goes for 8 yards.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we got a one-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Flush to his right, and he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it. He ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
Pickett trying to get his guys up quickly to the line of scrimmage. Pickett to throw. Dancing to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, I think.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate it. It's a tough defense presented against you.
Now Pickett. Buying time to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
With that incompletion, reality is staring him right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
They're going for it. This is Harris. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
And that went to the good run tally right there. He's been strong throughout this game, and there's no reason to suggest he's going to slow down in the 4th quarter at all. And that's exactly what they need him to do. Keep churning out first downs.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Pickett. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion. I think both sides are going to save every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays up in quick succession if they can.
And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks use the pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. From out of his end zone, it's Avery Williams. Williams loses the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Again, it's Harris on second down. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. He'll run again with Harris. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They hand this off to Harris. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready in the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Here's Mariota. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, Mariota. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
One last shot now for Mariota. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. What a thrilling 4th quarter this one was. Well, at least I guess if you're cheering for the winning side. An outstanding comeback, though, that saw them completely take control and change the outcome of this game.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many of us saw that coming the way that they were playing, and having the lead after 3 quarters. A little bit of a stunning ending because it wasn't just a 1-touchdown swing. It was a multiple touchdown swing for them to end up losing that ball game. Give credit where credit is due. They came off the pace and got it done.